It's time for the weekly review. I took no trades today because absolutely busy as fuck at work. In terms of the trade yesterday, as you can see, if I had moved my stop and stayed within it, we would have slapped TP pretty much bang on 12 o'clock, which would have been pretty nice, to be honest. But closed that one early as discussed yesterday. And yeah, so today I didn't take any trades just because we were below opening price. Sorry, below yesterday's previous daily low. And yeah, I just didn't see anything come up that I wanted. Like, you just see this, it's just like, okay. AM session, kind of a retracement, but yeah, also it's Friday, so one of those. Just didn't really want to trade today, wasn't feeling it. I thought it was best to stay out of the market. If we're talking net pips, I think it's like plus 20 something, but with my first trade of the week, technically it's 131 pips, but it was like the same position closed at two different times, so it's like 65.4 pips, minus 88 and 31, so 53.5 pips lost this week pretty much, which is only like 20 quid. And yeah, it's not massive, to be honest. It's just like, I think it's like 20, just shy of 27 quid lost this week, so it's not really big deal. There's a few setups that, you know, could have played out. There's one on Tuesday, two on Tuesday, in fact, that were really banging, but they just didn't align with my model, and so I didn't take them, which is pretty valid. As you can see, this one here would have been absolutely class on Monday. That would have been like a grand, just over a grand trade, if that was on 2% risk, and that lined up pretty nicely with classic buy day, as shown. So this is on Monday. So kind of just went up, retraced from the London session during the AM session. Nice little move, push up to take previous daily high here. And yeah, that would have gone nicely, and even further up to then take, where did that go? To then trade into this daily fair value gap up here. We pulled back, and as I was anticipating yesterday, I was expecting price to completely fill the fair value gap, and as you can see, gold candle sent it wild at 12 o'clock. I don't know what happened around that time, but since then the market dumped a little bit, creating an inverse here. I suppose if you drag that across, you could take a retracement from the London session up to fill this imbalance here in hindsight, which is pretty nice, but at the same time you don't really know. I would anticipate that we may probably come down lower after this, unless we go on to take these highs. So yeah, overall 3 trades for the week. There could have been 4 or 5, but in terms of my model, you know, we're keeping it to that. And one of the things I'm finding like difficult to deal with at the moment, or like a little bit frustrating, is like trades that I would have previously taken before implementing the model are hitting in between my model playing out, and it's like trying to stay out of those trades when you feel like that could be a good move is, you know, difficult. But I do want to see this model play out over time, because I know it works if it's executed properly, and I know that's just the case. So yeah, really, it's one of those. We'll just have to see. Time will tell. I've already had multiple examples with this model where, you know, one trade can make back all my losses for the year. For example, that 12 to 1R, although to be fair, that didn't even form in the model. There was one trade that could have made all my losses back from the whole year. I think it was last week or the week before that. So yeah, we just got to stay vigilant for those and just make sure that we do catch them when they form. And yeah, really, it's nothing major this week, and just got to stay patient, roll on next week, see what's going on. Gonna take a bloody look at Forex Factory for next week. See what is happening Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Nothing on Monday. Could be a setup there. Tuesday, USD news. Maybe leave that out. Wednesday, unemployment claims. So depending on what that is, and Fed stuff. So not going to trade next Wednesday. Thursday, not going to trade it. Although to be fair, no, that's just GBP news. Oh, bank holiday on Thursday, so we're not going to trade that either. So that'll be interesting to see how the markets react after the Fed meeting on Wednesday and the bank holiday on Thursday. Obviously no movement or very little movement, so probably a bit of consolidation. Signaling that we'll probably see a pretty wild move on Wednesday, especially with all this talk of Donald Trump trying to fucking push Jerome Powell to cut interest rates and all of this business. So yeah, thinking stay away for second half of the week. Friday's looking pretty clear. Yeah, that's possible, Friday. So at the moment I'm thinking Monday and Friday next week, possibly Tuesday, depending on what we see. So yeah, that's gonna do it for that week. Once again, we're only down 26 for the week, and on the month, oh no, that's for the whole month. Oh wait, hang on a sec, what are we down for the week? One second, let me just check this. Current week, 123 down for the week, so we took 2 trades this week. One of them closed 2 positions early just because they got invalidated, and then the other one just hit stop. So yeah, down 123 for the week. But overall, the month isn't looking too bad. Still got another couple of weeks to bring it back. I mean, compared to May, last month I got absolutely wrecked and I lost £787. So yeah, it's one of those. A lot of learning taking place since May, and yeah, we just have to keep progressing, continuing to work hard, and see how we get on. With all that being said, I'm going to hop off because it's Friday evening, and yeah, I will catch you either tomorrow for like a backtesting video, or I'll just be back on Monday. Anyway, right, in a bit.